You can see the satellite dish on top. The yellow power cord is what's charging. Behind this is where all the utilities are. 2 6-volt batteries that are in sequence to hook together there, which turns it into 12 volts. Here's a power inverter. You'd want to get you one of those because you can hook that to the battery, and then you'll have a 110 outlet on that. You can't run a TV or anything like that, but you can charge your phones, run computers, things like that. This is the water pump. This is what I call the second water tank. The first water tank is over here. That's where it collects off the roof. Then the water's pumped from there into this tank. When you pump it from the first tank, you want to draw the water out of the middle of the tank, not off the bottom and not off the top where any trash might float, but you pull it out of the middle. And you can fill this tank up. It's pretty low right now. We're going to fill it up here shortly. This is your voltage regulator. Just to let you know, right now I'm looking at 12.3 volts. It says that it is charging. It says my batteries are halfway charged. If it gets down here, you want to make sure. Sometimes you may even have to use a generator to give them a boost, but that's rare. Only if you're using them a lot. Then, of course, that's full charge there. So that yellow cord that you saw comes right around here. This is an extra pump. One of the things that you'll have to remember is that when you leave in the wintertime, or if it's going to go below freezing, you need to disconnect the water line because it will bust these lines. You just take this little clip right here and pull it out that direction, and this line will pop out. You take this one, pull it out, and this line will pop out. After you do that, this is the water relief valve. You'll just turn that check valve on. This just relieves all the water off the house so that it won't bust in the summertime. Of course, before you do that, you'll want to cut your water supply off. That's your water supply for your tank. And you'll want to disconnect the power. Now, the pumps have 2 power connections, the positive and the negative. Every time before I leave, I just undo the butterfly and pull the negative off so it won't have a connection. Put the butterfly back on. Then it charges the whole time that we're gone, and whenever we get here, I just put the negative back on there, close up, hook the water lines back up, turn the valve on, close up the valve on the outside, and then it'll fill up the water lines within 20, 30 seconds, and you'll have plenty of water. We've been here for 3 or 4 days at the time with just the solar panel charging. Charge our phones and run shower water. We'll take 2 to 3 showers a day, and these batteries will hold that fine. I tried to run a television off of it one time, and it just looked like it was just pulling too much power off of it. There's a clear hose there that you would just dip down into the other tank with a pump, and then use that hose to pump the water over into this tank. There's the lid. You just take the lid off, just unscrew that, and then you'll be able to stick your hose down in there. You may see some trash at the bottom of the tank. Once a year, we'll come in here with a mop. I've got a mop that we'll just slosh around in there and clean the tank out, stuff like that. Every time that I fill it, I've got a little thing of chlorine tablets that inside that we get at one of the pool stores. I'll just throw a chlorine tablet in there. Now here's how the water is collected off the back gutter system. Runs into this. There's a filter inside that Lowe's 5-gallon bucket, and then that connects in to the first tank. This is an overflow, so like when you're away, and this tank, as you can see right now, the level's full. But if you're away and it rains a lot, it's no big deal. It just keeps on filling up the tank and comes right out of that overflow valve right there. There's another cutoff valve at the bottom once a year again. When I've got plenty of water, I just open that valve, get inside, clean the tank off. It's elevated off the ground, so shouldn't have any problem with that. But this is the pump that I use. It's just a little half-horsepower submersible pump. I think these cost maybe $50-$60. I put a PVC attachment onto it. That clear hose that you saw around there just attaches to there. I got a chain so I can hold it and I don't drop it down into the tank. But I just lower it down, set this, let this sit about halfway down the tank, right around in this area right here, and then just plug it up to my generator. Using this plug, it runs very, very quiet, and takes probably about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to drain that tank, and it'll pump it into the other one. You want to make sure on the backside here, all the leaves that fall off the ceiling during the wintertime, they tend to bunch up here a lot, and you want to try to keep that off the backside of the house. I've got some shelves and some things back here. You can see there's some mesh that's on top of the gutters, and that's trying to keep the big trash out of the water system. We don't drink that water or anything like that. We just use it for bathing and washing dishes and all. Of course, the chimney stack. This over here was kind of a lean-to that was under construction to be able to park my four-wheeler and put my generator I had under a cover over here. But I was going to put them all in there, put 2 walls of siding up on it so it would kind of block the noise, and you could run your generator if you needed to. I have at times when we had a bunch of folks up here for a party or something, set the generator off and run it for about 8 or 9 hours, and that way we can use all the power we want with music or whatever. There on the top, that's my solar panel. I think that's a 100-watt panel. And if you wanted to be, just have a little bit more power available to you, or charge the batteries a little faster, just putting 2 or 3 more of those up there, or either add a larger one to it, would be a good idea. In the summertime, there's usually our drinking water that we bring with us. But in the summertime, we'll come over here, and I've got a couple of Coleman stoves, and I'll put them up there on the table and use that to cook on, because we don't want to run the wood stove during the summertime. It's just too hot. Kitchen sink, the right side is cold water. We don't run cold water through the kitchen sink. You always want to leave that one off. Just leave that valve closed. Left side is hot water. So as soon as you cut it on, 2 things happen. The instant hot water heater cranks up, and the pump's running on the outside. This hot water here can get very, very hot. Now in the bathroom, there's a toilet. It has a broken valve on the backside, so what you do is you just have jugs of water to wash down whatever you want. This is and it has a small septic system that I built outside. This is your instant hot water heater. Has water coming in. You can control how much water's coming in, and you can control how hot the water is to a shower. And so I've just got a regular 5-foot fiberglass shower here. Sometimes if you are flushing the toilet, you can just take the shower nozzle down and use it just to flush out the toilet, whatever you want to clean out with that. Put a little switch on there. And again, you heard the hot water heater kick on, and this water in here can get just as hot as you want it. Here's a 40-pound propane tank. It's got the regulator and everything on it. This is just a solar light, so don't get confused by it. Because we would use that as a solar light to light it at night when you need to use the restroom or whatever. But you filled this in the last year. I think I filled it twice, probably 40 to 50 showers and hot water washing dishes and whatever. So it's just a regular propane tank used for the hot water. Hooks up to that gas line that you see coming down through there. Got a plug that runs from the window outside to the inverter that I showed you earlier, and that's what we'll use to charge our phone. I'm leaving the silver pipe. That's a double-walled insulated pipe, and the cap on top, the black pipe, will go with the stove. But, and as you see, even though mine's even cattywampus, it just fits right in there, and that pipe slides down on top of it. So it's not very difficult to hook up the stove. Make sure that it's on that concrete pad, the little paver pad, and you always want to be concerned about how far it is away from the wall, so you don't want it real close to the wall or anything. We've got the 2 bunks over on this side, 2 bunks right there, and then the queen bed over here. The windows operate off of a pulley system on these hooks. So this hook right here, make sure it stays cold. You know, we've got a little cold weather now. But the other hook, the other string, follows the window all the way over. And so I can pull it, and it opens the window. I don't know that you can tell that I did that or not, but you can tell. Right now I'm pulling the string, opening and closing the window. And then once you open it up, you just hook it back there, and it'll stay open. And you can open all the windows across the top, open the little front double windows, all the windows open, hinges and everything, and it'll keep it real nice and cool here in the summertime.